again, everyone. We're back playing some more funny little hardcore Minecraft. Last time, a couple of days ago, okay, like 2 days ago, we were a old person that yelled at a cloud for 40 minutes because we finally got a hold of some of the new Chaos Cube features. After, and I guess technically some copper nautilus armor after a bunch of time. Like seriously, oh my god, it took so much time. I was not particularly stoked about it because of how much time it took. But we did in the end, right? We got a hold of everything that we wanted. We figured out how to actually map things out correctly in the nether so we can actually explore for new features in the future. And just in general, it worked out well enough, I would say. So, yeah, not too bad. Today we are gonna go ahead and first of all, let's go ahead and restock on food. And let's maybe do some inventory work. Because we haven't done inventory work back then, so we're not gonna worry about that. Anyways, we need to do a little bit of inventory work, and then I think today is just gonna be a little bit more chill in terms of like we're just gonna make a couple of nice rooms. So last time I had talked about making some extra rooms. I wanted to make a nice potion room and a nice enchantment room. Stuff around that we have. It's been a while, you know? Let's also take a second to step down and yeah, we'll put the extra buckets away there. We'll tuck that there, tuck that there. It's all crap that we'll get rid of. But not today because I don't care that much. And let's see here. We are looking for. Well, we need to make more item frames, so we're probably going to be doing a good bit of farming too. Oh, and we do have a lot of these that need to be cleared out too. Well, that's tough. Alright, well, let's start simple here then. Let's see. Here we are. It's like, I know I got a spot for regular old deep slate. So look at that put away. And we'll just kind of work our way down the list here. And some of these extra bits and bobs. Let's stack away. Oh yeah, that's right. We got some ice and wood, which that's gonna be something we're gonna hang on to for a little bit. I'm gonna probably expand some of the railways around the nether in the near future, so we'll leave that be. And otherwise, let's see here. We got some valuable stuff we can go ahead and tuck away. And those glowing sacks, those are there too, I guess. Go ahead and tuck all that stuff away. Should be easy enough to sort out. So let's just go ahead and filter our way through it all. Go. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but not like too much time. You know, not enough that we have to worry about it, I guess. So I feel like one of these. You know, I don't think I ever did anything with the Heart of the Sea. Probably in an old chest down below. So we'll have to see about that. And we got some emeralds and TNT. Okay, well, we have some emeralds and emerald blocks. Nice. Need an extra box for some blocks. There we go. Alright, and as for some glowing sacks, we got an itty bitty handful. Okay. Apples too, that's another one. apple so we can make a couple of golden apples at some point. And let's see here, TNT, that is something else we can go ahead and get tucked away. Alright, and then we got our shroom lights in Heart of the Sea. Here we go. There's our shroom light. I never make one for... I had to have. I wonder what this was supposed to be originally. I seem to have left a weird blank spot that I don't recall what I wanted to do with it. I'm sure it'll be fine. Alright, let's go ahead and think for like a quarter of a second. That's pretty tough to do, I know, but one of these should have. Let's see here. Here we go. That's what I wanted. These input of weird things that are already fairly well sorted, so not too bad. Oh, we've got our different wools we can finally take out. Hey, let's go ahead and get that done too. Here. So we still have a nice little chunk of this wall. Oh, and we've got our old dye boxes that we can... Right, I forgot about that. Let's go ahead and get those moving around then. And let's see here. Here we go. Let's see here. White carpet. White wall. Gray carpet. Which is going to be this one here. Gray wool itself is going to go up there too. And of course we got black wool with no item frame to correspond to it at the moment, but that's okay. We're working on that. It takes time, you know. Alright, we got a couple of empties out of that. That's good. I think we'll do like a mix today of working through the storage room more in like this cold kind of area, and like some nicer hall of some kind, and then just in general figuring out what we want to do with some of this different stuff. Blue, light blue, purple, black, gray, and white, and another kind of dye that we gotta get. Alright, and then the rest of those are empty, so this should be an easy bit to sort away. Alright, and this is what we want to start with. There we go. Orange. I guess is actually just the one single box, which is fine, because I mean, we can go ahead and dye this. That just counts. Light blue. I don't think we have light blue yet. A little bit of light blue dye, but no light blue itself. Yellow, I think we definitely have. Yep. And same mix that in. And we got some white dye. We don't rotate it, that is. Here we go. Red dye, we definitely have that. Purple dye. We don't have that yet. Alright, and that should take care of all of our colors here. So then all we have to do is go through and allocate everything. Which I think I know my colors. I should. I would hope so, but you never know. There we go. Good stuff. Now we get a couple of extra boxes back from doing this, which is always nice. And we'll even leave one here for the end rod. And there we go. So that way we know all of our end stuff goes together there, all of our sculk stuff goes together there, and then we will start all of the empty boxes back and out. Should just be able to cut that up. Here we go, cool. And these aren't really too bad to actually sort away, but they are just a little annoying, so. These are where it gets a little more annoying to do, but not like crazily so. Not too bad. But it still takes time, you know. That's not time I want to spend today doing a lot of that stuff. That's okay. Alright, nice little chunk of shulker boxes. We're good there. I feel like one of those was ominous bottles. I can at least put that one away. It's like we had a thing of horse armors. And tools. Ominous banner. It's not the bottles. Oh, I did have bottles. Hey, what do you know? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay. Alright, the reason we're doing it like this is so that way this makes it easier to figure out what we actually have in stock. And I can always come back through and redeem some of these shulker boxes too, but you know, they're all ominous bottles. They have different levels, but who gives a shit, right? I mean, seriously, come on. It don't matter. Let's put my bed to there. And we're just gonna like enter pro down here just so we can get it out of our inventory. Here we go. Freed up a good chunk of space doing all that. And I guess it's about time we sort through some of this crap just to see, is this stuff we truly care about? Not particularly. Like, wow, we've really got some old tools that just, well, frankly, they're not useful like, at all. Like, I could burn it and I wouldn't feel like I've truly lost anything. Spruce boats we'll put there, those can stay. Horse armors, those can get split out into their own things, but like, yeah, we'll have like a horse armor bit. Goat horn, yeah, that can stay. Banner patterns, yeah, right now it's snout, so I guess it's fine. These are some of my goodies that I got from going way out into the. Wow, that one was insane. Wow, that one was insane too. These are some of the treasures I got a long time ago from going through the end and just looting all those elytras. Got me all that stuff, so stuff. Particularly important at the moment. Hey, not that counts. Now, enchanted books, little special. They're fine things that I've kind of accumulated over time. I want to build like a proper library near the enchantment room for that, so those are a little more special for right now. Got some amethyst blocks and the amethyst shards, already nice and organized, so those ones will be coming with me. Fire resistance and just general potions. Now that one's quite interesting too, because we should have some leftover potions here. Yes. These were all acquired from bartering, so 3 minutes there we can use. And then this keeps all the soul speed together. That's always nice. Golden boots. These are just random kind of dummy boots that I don't really care about. So we'll just throw them away in there. These soul speed 3 boots, now those I do care about a little bit more because it's soul speed 3. Tend not to get a whole lot of that stuff, so you know. Trims. This is already quite nice organization wise. I'm okay with that. Ominous banner, iron bars, yada yada yada. Who cares about that stuff? Buckets, these are fine. They're organized. It's okay. I'm fine with having like a bucket one. Pottery sherds. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care for a lot of the archaeology stuff. It's fine. It's not my kind of thing, but I can see the appeal of it. But it's not for me. Music discs, which are interesting because maybe we could have some kind of jukebox room, but I don't feel the need to like split these apart, so I'm okay with just having a normal music box. Golden apple shoulder box, that one we're keeping. Yep. Okay. This needs to be split up into 2 boxes. And I guess we could split up the water breathing potions too. So, I mean, we've already got a good bit of organization happening here, right? There's not like a whole bunch extra that we're gonna have to do or anything. Like, we can get those 2 there, that solves that. 2 water breathing potions and a swiftness potion, like, shulker box for that stuff. And let's see here, amethyst shards and blocks of amethyst. I feel as though it makes sense to have it kind of out in this area a little bit more. Like we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do this. So yeah, we're kind of keeping in line with the gravel and the flint, right? So trying to maintain some amount of patterns. Let's see here, block of amethyst, amethyst shard. Keeps it vaguely close to tinted glass, so that's not too bad. It's all good. Unstackable things that can be burned. And then sherds and bars and a couple other things here and there. This is just like Minecraft, Lenny. That is a good point. Very good observation. Oh, I don't know what I do with all those other enchanted books. They're probably over here. Here's my soul speed ones that I kept. Yep. Just like Minecraft. I've got a good chunk of soul speed at least. That's always nice. That's fire resistance. Water bottles, we'll take those too. Do that skull box there for now. Here we go. put those together. Alright, and then otherwise this stuff is already well sorted, so we can come back to that a little later when I actually decide I want to give a shit, which I don't at the moment. So we will get to that one day. Probably. I say that all the time, that maybe one day I'll get to it. I won't. Probably. That's okay, you know. The off chance I do get to it, it'll be alright. These can stay here for right now. Potion roughly where we're gonna build our potion. Right about here. So, something like this, what we can go ahead and do is we can layer in our potion boxes. Go. Golden apples are a little different. They can go. I'll put them in here. I'll make that orange or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I don't want it to be yellow because I don't want it to get mixed up with the golden here. It's too hard, but that'll be fine. And let's see. We never had anything for nautilus shells, did we? No. And frankly, I'm not quite too sure what I would want to do with them. I mean, they're more valuable than anything, rather than just being bomb drops or something like that, especially the actual parts of the sea. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and, just kind of stack all this stuff together here. It's a valuable enough area that I don't feel too bad about this stuff going here. Just file it. Here we go. A couple other things we got to work out in the near future. I'm sure it'll be fine. Same thing with those books too. These books are coming with me. These are the extra books we need for some of the other tools that still need to be made, like actually having like a nice set of maces and tridents and things like that. So not fully out of the woods there yet, but we're getting kind of close. Progress is being made, and that's all you can ask for sometimes. So yeah. And skulls are pretty easy, especially since we don't have any wither skulls to put in right now. Guess we can have a thing for like nautilus armor. Otherwise, we'll kind of leave the rest of it alone for right now. This can all be burned and like sorted through later. None of this stuff is inherently valuable in any meaningful way, except for the soul speed boots. But even then, they're just kind of whatever. Yeah, that'll be fine. Alrighty. So, with that being said, potion brewing, great cool stuff that we want to do and deal with. First things first, though, maybe we should get a little bit of glass here. Grab enough for some stained glass. I think I'm going to be a little short here, but I guess it'll be fine. We'll just layer in a nice thing of black stained glass for right now. And we will come back with a little bit more here. These panes, right, go above the block. Yes. Okay. Just wanted to make sure there. Grab a little bit more. And out we go. We'll probably switch some of this out to make some kind of mural in the future and like decorate this window. But for now, I just want to be able to see outside a little bit and have just a little bit of depth, Not a whole lot, but something that's kind of cool. And since we're dealing with some potion making here, I kind of want it to be a little bit ominous and foreboding by comparison, right? So, do a little something like that. And thinking of our room dimensions here, let's see if we can go ahead and get a little bit of cobblestone. Just as some basic framework here. Let's pop on over, get some cobble, there we go. So right now we're just trying to figure out, what's a good room size for this stuff, I don't think we want to go all the way to the end, so we'll probably go to about here, I would say. Yeah, because it curves in slightly, but then otherwise it flattens out pretty well. We have a little bit of unused, like, dead space back here. So you got your torch, and then your two, and then you're good. is your torch, and then your 2, and then this is where we would this intersection. Here we go. A little something like that. Nice. Okay. So keeping something like this in mind, luckily I was fairly smart when I was building this for the very first time, however much time ago, and I knew I was going to want to make proper floors, right? So what I did was I made an actual basic subfloor of cobblestone. That's what you see down below here. That acts as like a separator, and that's why you notice that this is 3 blocks thick, right? Because you have your ceiling, your subfloor, and then your actual like main floor in here. And it's that same 3 block thickness going all the way over there, which is great because we can have the floor be whatever the hell we want. So whatever we decide works for having a bunch of brewing stands. And I mean like a bunch of brewing stands. Like I don't know if I want to do like an automated potion maker, or I guess really what the goal is here. If there even is like a proper goal, to be honest. Couldn't really tell you at the moment, but I do know that we got a good bit of space. So we should try and make the most out of it. I know a decent chunk should be allocated for nether wart. Just makes sense, right? And as for some of this other stuff, couldn't really tell you at the moment. And for right now, just for shits and giggles, we're going to go ahead and wall this off to be 2 blocks tall. And we'll place a couple of torches in here. I don't know, we'll place one like here. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. They don't even have to be symmetrical, but you know what, if I'm already going to do it, we might as well try to do it, right? Okay. So this gives us a better idea of our room dimensions. And from here, we can have the basalt. This is a polished basalt, by the way. We can have it branch out a little bit into some nether wart fields or something like that on one of the sides, and then maybe on another side is a wall of brewing stands, but I don't really know. What I do think I know is that I want this stuff to be storage in some capacity with some chests. So we'll kind of line probably up to there, like 3 chests with some extra space. Or maybe we could have it like this, so we have like 6 and 6, and then that's how we can store all of our potion crafting ingredients. Yeah, let's do that. So that'll get us a good bit of spots. We have some extras. Yep. And we'll have them point inwards, because we can. Alright, cool. There we go. Do a little something cool like that. And otherwise, we've got a little bit of extra space we can kind of do whatever with here. I couldn't really tell you what that's going to look like right now, but it'll look like something, I'm sure. I think, too, we're going to hollow this out a decent bit. And we're going to do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. 9's really good here. Okay, so we'll do a little something like that. That's good. Maybe we can leave a couple of blank walls or something. I don't know. think I got a solid idea of what I want. Let's go get some soul sand first. Okay, this should just be a quick grab. Should already have a nice little chunk. Yeah. And basically we want like a nice little 2x2 there. And you know, because we have so much fortune, we don't need to do like a whole lot. So we'll have some soul sand go into there. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I think I have soul speed. Yep, I do. Wasn't sure if I did for a second there, but I do. A little something like that. And let's think. Two, six, seven. The reason we're doing some counting here is because we're going to go ahead and integrate some water sources in this stuff too. I should have left the stone cutter up here if I'm not mistaken. I really need to make a batch of them and just kind of dot them around the world. It would appear that I forgot to do that. Oh, that's tough now, ain't it? That's okay. We've got a nice abundance of deep slate tiles here, so it really doesn't matter if we waste a little bit. It's okay. Let's go. Well, damn it. I guess I didn't have any space in my inventory for that. Also, wonder if the copper golem got a hold of that, but who knows. There's no real good way to do this with how I want to have back a bit blocked off. Well, shoot. Unless I had this like covered up somehow. Do something like that, I guess. That would be okay. I mean, it wouldn't make it like perfect, but it would certainly help a good bit. Or alternatively, I could just like have this be turned just a little bit. Yeah, see, but then that's not going to fill in if I do that. Well, you know, I guess it's not really a deal breaker per se. Yeah, you know what, we can live with that. It's fine. It's just water at the end of the day. It's in abundance. Not something we really have to worry about too hard. Shoot. Dang it. just to get it started a little bit. And otherwise, I guess we can get these moved out of the way a little bit. Yeah, we'll do a little something like that. We can get this whole sand put away too now, since we got all that planted. Alright, let's get some basalt and some deep slate. I guess we can do a little something like that. Go. Got our main stairs. Yeah, and then it's really just doing the maybe do it like this. Let's also go get some more shroom lights, but I think you can kind of see the vision. Yeah, alright. So first things first, because it's easy, let's go. Yeah, we want these closed up. Shroom lights, why not? So go ahead and grab some of these, lay them in the corners. Here we go. That also means that we can now get rid of our torch lighting, which is great. Now we get rid of our shroom lights. Right, tuck those away there. Got a nice little leftover chunk of polished basalt. That's the first time around. That's always good. Yeah. Which crying obsidian do we have? Yeah, you know what? Why not? Decorate with crying obsidian a bit, make some nice pathways with it or something. Should make sure to save a little bit too for the enchantment room, but maybe that'll be more amethyst kind of stuff. just do something like that for now. I know it seems kind of tacky, but I'm okay with this for the time being. Unless actually we want to switch out some of these side bits a little bit. I guess we'll just have the central path be crying obsidian. Or maybe the accents could be crying obsidian. Yeah, I kind of like the pathing itself just being crying obsidian. We'll stick with that. That's got a pretty solid room now. Or at least we've got a solid layout. We still need to like cap this off somehow and give ourselves some space and all that, but this is at least a good start. Yeah, cool. Alrighty. Otherwise, let's just go ahead and keep it simple. Tuck away some of this other crap. Right. Let's go get some other wood too. I feel like I kept that down here in the nether section. I'm sure I did. I actually have a lot of it in here right now, which I know is something we can fix immediately because we should still have our leftover potion making equipment from our farm, which would be down there. Yep, so a quick little pop down. Now take all this out. This is where we've got our good old silverfish at XP farm. It's cool, still works. We'll have to leave it down here. And we've got quite a large chunk of potion making ingredients here that we'll have to take with us. I'll pack that away in the shulker box. So this kind of gets to stay here and doesn't really get to move because it also is our slime farm. So this whole area, when we eventually move the enchantment area out from here, this whole thing is going to get renovated because this isn't really useful for the XP part anymore. I mean, it still is something that we can use for the XP part, but it's not the main use. It's mainly the slime farm portion. So we still have a nice area for our slime farm that may or may not get moved eventually, but for right now, it works and it's physically here, you know. So can't complain too much about that, right? I mean, like, surely you can complain about it, but I'm just not gonna listen. So, you know, it's that easy. Anyways, up we go. And go up a little bit more. There we go. And we can start planting in the beds. Perfect. Alright. This gets us a nice healthy surplus nether wart, which is always great. Blaze rod wise. How are we doing on rods? Very nice, very nice. We need to make 18 brewing stands. Well, I guess 17, including that one. This is our portable brewing bit that we're gonna eventually renovate. I ideally want a shulker box that just lets me brew like potions on the fly, which I think could be very interesting. But you know, especially in the Nether, being able to just brew a lot of these in the Nether like on the fly would be super cool. Because I'd actually have to do stuff, so yeah, a bit lame, but that's alright. Anyways, we weren't done with that cobblestone box after all, so let's go ahead and grab some of that back. Oh, and we'll need a good spot for a crafting table too. And an ender chest. I think there, there. Do a little something like that. It's hard to miss at that point, you know. And it fills out the space quite nicely while still being close to like the main entrance. So there's our 9. Here's our other 9. Okay. So we can make 2 shulker boxes of potions at a time, given we have enough bottles and just ingredients in general. So that's quite good. I feel like we should have slipped the water in a little bit better. Yeah, I'm gonna fix that. I feel like the water could just be here instead. Because then we're facing the brewing stands directly, so it makes more sense when we're actually like cooking up a bunch of potions. Yeah. Let's see here, deep slate tile stairs. Here we go. Not a lot. Deep slate tiles. Here we go. We need 18 in total. We'll make till 20. That means we're also gonna have to offset this stuff just a little bit. Also gonna have to pick up some more crying obsidian as well. There we go, do a little something like that. And yep, just gotta go get a little bit of crying obsidian. Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do. That's fine. this amount of water, even if we make a mistake, be careful the rock source, there's nothing we can lose at all. So, not that that really matters in something like this, just because it's super easy to just, go get more water. But this should make it pretty easy to just spam a bunch of bottles, they fall down in front of me, and then I just load them in really fast into the brewing stands, because I can do that. And otherwise, we're sitting pretty here, pretty well. Let's go get a couple of empty boxes too, real quick. Go fill out some of those back walls. So yep, if we need to, we can just go ahead and slide in a bunch of stuff there. Do the same thing on the other side. That'll give us a good amount of space to just tuck in a bunch of potions. Still keeps the lighting really well here. The lighting is super bright too, between the crying obsidian and like the nice use of shroom lights. And then of course we have some natural light out here too, but when it's nighttime like this, we still got a very healthy amount of lighting, which is always good. So yeah, not bad. Alright, we need more deep slate tiles. We also need to put away this polished basalt. If you could believe it, it's already been nearly an hour. It's almost 11 o'clock. I've got a decent chunk of driving ahead of me tomorrow, so I gotta make sure to try and fall asleep at a somewhat okay hour. Here's my tiles. There they are. I haven't been able to sleep very well these past couple weeks. Very stressed out with a lot, unfortunately, and it's really starting to negatively affect me. I'm trying to like, I think these are also gonna have to be moved just a little bit. Do a little something like that. That makes it easier again to not like throw the potions on top, and we should be able to reach everything quite nicely. And I don't know, it looks better having that kind of overhang, so we'll see. No, that's right, we're gonna have to make a bunch of blaze powder. So each one can get 4. They're all loaded, it's always nice. Then we can get some item frames and have things for like bottles and just some of the different potions and all that kind of good stuff. So that can always be good. Oh, mainly it's gonna be for potion ingredients, so like blaze powder, bottles, glowstone, dust, redstone dust, gunpowder, things like that. Sugar, and then I guess we can have some potion ingredients and stuff too. But we need like the base stuff for actual potion making, and I guess that would also include like fermented spider eyes. And then, yeah, so we'll figure it out. Trying to think otherwise. Do we have anything else we really want kind of in here? I mean, at some point I need to come back through and like properly seal off this room and like decorate it and stuff like that. So that's one thing, but not exactly the thing I'm thinking of here in terms of like what else do I want to do, you know? So who knows? Something like that. All right. And otherwise, where do we want to tuck some of these other things? We're gonna do that for now, just that way we can show that that's where the sub wall needs to go, and I don't necessarily want to dip into that to change anything. Um, actually, right here in this specific corner, I can technically. Obviously, I can't there, but yep, that gives us easy ender chest access and crafting access. So that's all good. It's nice and symmetrical. And then I don't know, maybe we can have it like arched to match up to the roof up here or something. Something like this. Let's just try and roughly map something out here. Do a little something like that. I don't know, we'll do a little something like that for right now. And yeah, if we want to do it with deep slate tiles, we're going to need more tiles. The tiles are for the floor though, so we're not going to do it out of tiles, but this is just more to get like the general shape down and just kind of get a better idea of what it is that I actually want. Maybe I could do nether brick. We have a lot of nether brick laying around, like, right? And I should be able to make a nice chunk of red nether brick too. Mistaken. Yeah, let's go for this. here, we should be lining up the deep slate pillar. Yeah, it should be okay. Then maybe we can have. Oh, glass doesn't necessarily make a hole in a sense, but there ought to be something cool we can do with like this little area. Maybe we could do something with glass. Yeah, maybe we could layer in a thing of glass and then have like a thing of lava on like the nether brick side and have it flow over the glass, and that could look kind of interesting. I don't know. I feel like that would get kind of annoying to work with, though, to be fair. So, who knows? Well, either way, let's just make sure that all this stuff is lit up for right now. This looks like it'll be fine. Here, it should be okay. And we'll pick up some of these extra bits that we now have. Really starting to like it. I think it's coming together pretty nicely here. Go. Red nether brick. You need 2 bricks and 2 wood to make red nether bricks. Get just a little bit of get a little bit more shrimp in there. know it's kind of blocky, but take a guess what game we're playing. Give you a hint. Starts with an M. And you know what? We'll just do like some cobblestone backing on this for right now. Not gonna think too hard about it. Because since we running around, they're being troublemakers. Yes, they are. Oh, let them go. Okay, buddy. Lay down. I'll have to line the back as well, too, at some point. There's... Let's go ahead and get some of this like tucked away. Tiles. Oh, one of my empty boxes was for the actual stairs themselves, right? Forgot about that. There we go. Okay, I seem to have put that shoulder box of cobblestone down somewhere and just completely forgot about it. Where could it have gone? Can't exactly be too far gone. Ah, there it is. Okay, there we go. Go around like that. Alright. You take the blaze rods back real quick. Okay. Actual nether bricks. We do have, luckily. Let's make a stack of red nether brick, because we can afford to do that. Get us started a little bit here. Go. Yeah, and I guess we could make some more for some accents. Here we go, something like that. Hey, there we go. Now that's something nice. And honestly, we'll leave the cobblestone walls in because it lines up with the outside like nicely, so I'm okay enough with that for right now. And then I think we'll leave these top bits blank. Maybe we'll put in some barrels or something. Yeah, we'll probably do that. Okay. Oh. build something like that for right now. Grab some barrels. Oh, I probably left them all somewhere else. Shoot. Well, that's a shame. I guess I can leave the beef for right now. Not particularly worried about it. Got a couple of red nether brick left. But I mean, otherwise, we've built out like a pretty completed room. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. I guess we'll just do 1, 2, 3, 5. We'll just do that just so it's kind of symmetrical and helps light this stuff up a little bit more. I mean, otherwise, yeah, it's a pretty solid, it's a solid little area. Not bad. So we've got a good spot for actually brewing and making a ton of stuff. We got our funny red nether brick as a nice little accent. We got water. We really need to get, bottles and some glass and some good stuff like that. Kind of line a lot of this in a little bit better. But for the most part, we've got a pretty nice little potion making space now. We'll probably make a pass with some soul lanterns or something as well in the near future to get some extra lighting up on the ceiling because that could be kind of cool. But otherwise, we've got a pretty complete brewing room. It looks good, it's well lit, and it is pretty well organized, I'd say. It's not too bad. It took over an hour, by the way. Seriously, like that took quite a long time to do, but I think the results speak for themselves. I'm quite happy with it. Of course, next time we will kind of refine it and finish it up some more. But that's mainly going to be after I handle the enchantment side that's going to be over here. Because we're basically going to do the same thing over here with an enchanting room. Maybe we'll put in some like purple glass or something, and then we'll lay in some amethyst and stuff like that. I think I want the enchantment table to be like in the dead center, basically here. So we want a good little bit of space. And then we just want some like nice chiseled bookshelves and some storage for like a ton of enchanted books. So that's kind of what we're going to be focusing on next. But again, that is for the future next time because I don't really feel like doing it right now. And we'll have to figure out how to cap off some of these rooms too, but that's fine. We'll get there one day. But yeah, otherwise, I think that is going to do it for me for today. I'm pretty happy with the progress we've made so far. We're getting closer and closer still to day 1000, and we are really decorating some stuff. With that being said, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see y'all again soon. Bye-bye!